Okay, our next speaker is Esther Phahla. She will be giving us close personal attention. Close personal attention, the title of her speech, Esther Phahla.
Some say I have eagle eyes. I tend to find errors where nobody thought there was an error. Not that I'm a fault finder, it's that attention to detail. Sometimes it is good because that's where time can be wasted. But in my profession, it has served me well. It's how you ask questions, how you document. This helps to audit-proof clients' information. Plus, it helps me sleep better at night. No cutting corners. I never set out to become a certified public accountant. I use a close personal attention when I work with every client. When Karen asked what we all wanted to be when we grew up, I wanted to become an attorney. I studied law in South Africa. Growing up, I very much badly wanted to be a lawyer. There were no lawyers around me. Everybody was a teacher, a nurse, or a police officer. But there was this one TV show. And it just so happened that it showed up the very first day that my mom had just bought us a TV, a black and white television set. We were very excited, my brother and I. And this show came up and there was this black lawyer of a woman. And I went, that profession, when I heard about it, was always reserved for men. I watched this show diligently every week. I never wanted to miss that show. I had to make sure that homework was done in order for me to sit down because we were not allowed to do too much television during the week. It was all study time. How this woman walked in a court, how she spoke, how she solved problems, I admired her style. And to top it off, the show was in my home language. I understood every word. Another day, as we were flipping through channels, I was introduced to The Cosby Show. Enter Claire Huxtable. Claire Huxtable was a lawyer in that show. She displayed that you can still be a career woman and have a strong family ties. I loved how Claire conducted herself, but now Claire spoke English. I had to practice like Claire. I had my own little courtroom in my backyard, walking like her, speaking like her. Now, because she spoke American English, we called it slang. She would roll her tongue a specific way. I practiced. I wanted to speak that way. Once in law school, then I took a class. It was in taxation and estate planning. It became one of my favorite classes. I even received a merit award for that class. A few more steps, I would become a tax attorney. And of course, I got married, came to the United States. I found out I could not practice law here in the United States because of the different legal systems. The United States uses a jury system. South Africa uses a one lawyer system. I had to start all over. I had my education evaluated. I got ready to sit for the bar exam. Not so fast. One day when I was sitting at home, I heard about tax day. You all know it, April 15th. That changed the trajectory of my life. I researched, I found out, I enrolled in the Masters of Science in Taxation, dropped all that application to the bar exam. While I was studying for my master's degree, I found an internship with one of the big CPA firms, PricewaterhouseCoopers. I worked mostly with venture capitalists. It means partnership tax returns. Once I was done with that internship, I found a job with another big CPA firm. During my job appraisal, my boss said to me, Esther, we are happy that you are working on your master's degrees, but in order to go up the corporate ladder, you are going to need your CPA license. I paused the CPA license, the Masters of Science in Tax, studied for the CPA exam. Studying never ended for me. I sat down for that exam. It was the most challenging exam, taking over 2 days, but I did it. Once that exam was done, I was happy with that job. But the work was very, very challenging. There were no weekends. During tax season, you work anywhere from 60 to 80 hours with no break weekend. Today, there's another piece of the story that when I tell my clients, they get shocked. During my law school in South Africa, there was a class I was required to take, Principles of Law Accounting. I hated that class. Every one of my friends was failing. They were not passing the class. They changed degrees. I almost did, but I had a friend that approached me and taught me and said, Esther, all you have to know is a debit equals a credit. Once those two are balanced, you got it. Know your balance sheet accounts, know what goes on your profit and loss, know what's your cash flow statement. Bam! Now I understood all this. Once I understood all that, I went and wrote the exam. All I was hoping for was either a C or a D, and I get my degree and I'm done with this class. I was able to get a B, short of 1 point to that A, but that was good enough for me. I wanted to be done with this class. Today, I own a business. After my daughter was born, I decided that I wanted to start my own business because I wanted to still be a career and a mom at the same time. What does a typical day look like for me? It's never the same every day. One day I work on this client. The next day it's a different client. But the fun part is when a prospective client walks in and thinks, hey, can you guarantee me a refund? My friend next door has the same salary, same number of children. I know they get more money back. And I get to deliver bad news and tell them, hey friend, don't get caught up in that whole intoxication of a refund. We all know what intoxication is, right? Intoxication is the euphoria of getting a refund and realizing that it was your money after all. The greatest part of my work comes in tax planning, when I get to talk to a client and advise them and help them figure out their retirement, pay for college for their kids, and even have something left to have fun. I also do tax resolution. This is where that tax attaining mindset comes in, because we work with people that are delinquent and I get to represent people before the IRS. I've owned my business for 14 years now, and I've been in this industry for over 20 years. This profession has opened up many opportunities. I sit on several boards. Of course, I get to be the treasurer all the time, the designated one, but it's been rewarding and fulfilling. And I do think every single one of us need to get some knowledge of accounting and even some tax. And even in our schools, I do think that needs to be taught. Dr. Valencia, as you teach those students about everything else in life, accounting needs to be done. Certified public accountant using at Lowe's personal attention. I know for sure I do have job security, Mr. Toastmaster.